Well, listen, my next guest is a special treat. He's a two-time Grammy Award winner. He worked with the best of the best in the hip-hop industry, such as Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, even 50 Cent. Let's give a late-night welcome for Mahogany Beatz. What's up, pal? What's going on, all right?
How are you?
You got down here all right?
Yeah, smooth, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
You get a massage while you're at it. I'm only kidding. Listen, you built yourself quite a reputation in the music business. When did you get started?
Professionally?
What was your first big break then, if you want to take it from there?
Oh, well, then I started in 1998.
All right.
Was my first placement with Rockefeller when they were a new label at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I was able to score a record with Jay-Z, so.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Nice.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, well, the reason I said, professionally is because they used to come to my basketball games. I used to see Jay-Z around. He was like a local, hip-hop coming up celebrity. So I never really thought about doing music until I really got into it. So when they had their office downtown and the company started to blossom, I was fortunate enough to be around, and was able to make connections with them. So when I got into music and doing production, the first track that I actually produced, he liked it, paid me out his pocket for it, and it became a hit record.
And that was like so surreal for you, like overnight almost, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So like from there, did you like line up with any record companies? Or recording studios? Did they just like pull you in? How did you pursue your career from that?
I worked a lot with Rockefeller Records, and they had deals with studios, and just being in the business, you start to meet other artists and record labels and managers, and it just starts to like blossom, Once you get a good record in the street, people start to hear about you, and then, networking.
Well, that was the time when hip hop just started really hitting the streets, like big.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The '90s were the like golden era for hip hop. There was a lot of money being made, and a lot of records were being bought because CDs had just hit the market, so people were actually buying CDs.
Well, that's rock and roll died in the '80s. And then once the hairband thing, then the Seattle thing came, alternative, that was done. Then that whole industry came in with the hip hop, and it became huge. Did you ever think like Jay-Z and all these cats that you were hanging out with, all you would have a career like this one day? It was just...
No, it was really just like, hip hop is an art form, it's culture, It was like dressing, it was just like, or playing sports, but he just happens to be the Michael Jordan of hip hop.
Oh, he got huge.
Yeah.
Now you worked with a lot of top names. Why don't you fill people who don't know your background, the names, the artists that you work with?
Jay-Z, I produced a record for Dr. Dre, worked with Mariah Carey, Queen Latifah, everyone who was allowed records, DMX, Rough Riders.
How was DMX?
He's cool.
Yeah, he seems like a
He's a cool guy.
I like him in the movies. He does some good movies.
Yeah, he's a cool character.
Yeah.
Well, you're quite the entrepreneur, aren't you? Because you just recently graduated from FIT.
Yeah.
And rumor has it that you have a new clothing line.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that for us a bit?
Yeah, I took a break from music for a while. I had to do something new, do something interesting. And I was kind of bored with music. So I decided to go back to school the last 3 years and get my bachelor's. And I learned a lot of new things. I studied international trade and marketing at the Fashion Institute of Technology. And that opened my ears up and eyes up to branding and marketing. And I looked at myself as a brand. I said, you know what? I got to put something together. And now as an artist, as a musician, you just can't sell music.
No.
You have to come out with apparel or something because music pretty much is free. That's your promotional tool. So yeah, I started the clothing line that, it's under development right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah.
Well, the
Hook you
clothing
guys up.
like Sean John.
I'll wear it.
Puffy.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
blew up. He went a different avenue.
Even
music was going to last.
Yeah,
forever.
even Jay-Z and Rockefeller, they started Rockaware, and it made more money than actually their records. Yeah, or Beats by Dre,
Now you got a new EP, Underground, that you've been working on for a long time. Could you talk about it?
Oh no, it's an EP that I just finished. It was just something after finishing school I actually jumped right into, where now I had the the vibe and the bug to do something new and creative, Instead of being behind the boards making the music, I decided to step on stage and, perform.
So you
on
rap?
records. Yeah.
How long you been doing that for?
I've always been rapping, but once I got that first check from Jay-Z, I kind of like put that to the side. And yeah. But now you have to do more than one thing.
Now, would you consider working with any of these guys again? I mean, how does that work? I mean, in the industry that you're in for that?
Oh yeah, of course you have to. I mean, he's still an icon. Mariah Carey's still an icon. Dr. Dre's still an icon, and they're still doing their thing. So I just have to continue doing my thing, and we're gonna cross paths. Again, it's gonna be organic. Yeah.
Okay, so I know it's almost your time, but I always wanted to know, do you have any like juicy stories that you can tell us about any specific big name artists?
In the recording studio,
Yeah,
funny stories like Jay-Z, Dr.
know.
Dre, like something cool, like the kids out there would like to hear.
Give us something juicy.
I don't really have anything juicy in that
Pleading the
sense.
fifth.
Oh, come on, there has to be some funny stuff.
Nothing real.
Didn't throw nobody down those stairs or nothing like that?
I mean, the most interesting thing to me, probably, like for someone who's doing production, is to learn the equipment that you're working on, because you never know, you might find yourself in a studio with a successful artist, and you don't want to look like you know what you're doing. And it happened to me in my first session with Jay-Z, and I just bought this drum machine, and they put me in the studio with this assistant engineer. He didn't know what he was doing, and I couldn't transfer my sounds onto the tape. So he comes in the room, and he's asking if the session is ready. I said, no, we got some technical difficulty here. I'm nervous, I don't really know what I'm doing. So he's like, all right, I'll be back, I'm going to Brooklyn. So I'm like, Brooklyn, and wearing my hat, and I was like, he's not coming back, So I was like, this session's over, that's it, the record's done. And then he came back, and we still didn't figure out the kinks. And he's like, waiting, and then I was able to troubleshoot it, got the music down, and the nick of time, he was like, is it ready now? I was like, yeah, and then he went in and recorded. So, that was a instance where it could have went this way, yeah.
So this is on the first record.
My first song, my first time in the studio, I was clueless.
So he was like raw, right off the streets, making his first record.
Yeah, and I didn't even know what to do.
You gotta fake it till you make
You
it.
gotta fake it, yeah. The engineer didn't know, I didn't know, but then, by the grace of God, it worked.
What about Dr. Dre? Anything funny with him? Because he seems like a character, They all characters, but he seems like a good guy to
There's
hang out
always
with.
stories about everyone, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised when I asked him, who the track was for, and he said me. I was like, I didn't see him as an artist, because I know Dre as a producer.
Exactly.
But
He
he's an
produced
artist
most
as well.
of his stuff, right?
Yeah, so when he told me I'm recording the song, I was like, what? And so that was like, a very big surprise to me, because no one has ever produced Dr. Dre as an artist.
Yes.
So that was cool.
Well, he had a lot of trust in you.
Yeah.
Now listen, that's almost your time. I hear you're looking for a video crew, a production, to start filming your new videos. What are you looking for, actually?
That stuff.
Well, I'm an editor, but I mean, what are you looking to shoot? HD? You got a budget? Or are you just looking for something?
I'm looking for creative people who can help me take the vision and make it real. I tell the story, and you guys do your editing and your magic. Like, if you come in the studio with me, I can make you sound great. So I need someone who can actually make me look good and get the idea on film.
We've got a lot of unknown talented editors in this place
I'm
over here
game.
that are always freelancing.
Yeah, well, I like the word free, so that's cool.
Yeah, listen, that's what we always do. So listen, where can people find you on the internet? Facebook, website?
Yeah, it's Mahogany Music on Twitter, and if you're Instagram, it's Mahogany Beatz with a Z, number 75.
Now before we go, what's your real name? Because thank God I didn't have to say that.
Oh, Msomi.
Say it again?
Msomi.
Insomi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He'll never remember that, so
I have a big
you'll
tongue
stick with
twister.
Mahogany Beatz.
Well, Mahogany, come back anytime. Thank you so much for coming in your busy schedule.
problem.
Mahogany Beatz.
It was nice to meet you. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.